So I've been riding this cool old XT Uniglide 6-speed hub on my bike for a couple, maybe 5-6 years. Found it right here at the Bike Wave. It was hanging up in the corner over there. So I was really loving this really sweet late 80s double wall rim setup. But unfortunately, the hub cone keeps breaking loose from the lock ring, tightening into the free hub body and seizing it. And it's really bad when that happens. It's happened twice in 2 weeks. So it means that there's some things not going well inside there, and it probably just needs to have a new axle and cones. Well, you're not going to find that for a hub that old. What will probably transplant nicely is a tricolor Shimano 600, which will now give me the free hub body to run a 7 and 8 speed. Just have to cold set the frame from 126 to 130, which is no problem on a steel old frame like that. And I'll have a much better, hopefully, experience running this free hub body and axle cones than what's all in that old XT, but without having to rebuild the wheel and relace it with another hub. So wish me luck. That seems to be a success. I could see why the free hub body was giving me a lot of trouble, because the free hub body securing bolt in the XT hub was actually loose. If I just simply tightened that bolt with a 12mm hex, probably would have been okay. But I took the opportunity to switch the axle and the free hub body, so now I can run a 7, 8, or 9 speed HG cassette on my 80s mountain bike. I'll just have to cold set from a 126 spacing that it is now up to a 130 spacing, but that should be no problem. So now I get to dig through these drawers and find me a donor 7-speed cassette, at least 7-speed for now. Ooh, look, grease. This one looks really good, and I'll appreciate the extra range. And the bike's friction shift, so easy peasy. Well, we'll find out anyway when I put it on the bike, and the bike's not here. One thing I do notice is that if I put a spacer, a standard spacer on here, you can see how there's the outer lip of this hub stands proud of the free hub body. It actually is sticking out farther than the free hub body. So if you put a spacer on there like this one, your cassette is going to actually press and put pressure on this spacer, which will then drag against the hub body itself. So that's going to take a little experimenting to figure out, is there a spacer that will fit in this little gap? And if it exists, I'll find it, and then I'll be able to put this 8-speed on there, and it should work great. The Bike Wave provides this spacer right here. See how incredibly narrow, or how the profile is very low. Fits right there. So it's not gonna, when you tighten down the lock ring on the cassette, it's not gonna put force on the spacer instead of putting force on the flange of the hub. Yes. You know what? Turns out somebody bundled this ring with this cassette. They bundled them together, but these are both outer rings, just different numbers of teeth. They both have the lock ring teeth. So it's not an 8-speed, it's a 7-speed. I wonder if I can get away with running this smaller cog. It looks like it's perfect. Now I just need a lock ring. Turns out we got plenty of those. I need one with a really small flange because I'm running that really small cog. Let's try this 105. Bingo. We've got a Shimano 600 donor hub from which we took the free hub body, axle, and drive side cone. We reused the cone from the XT 760, I think it was a 730, I mean, XT hub. So we had the original hub body. We have the 600 axle. We've got a 7-speed low end, no, maybe not really low end, it's drilled out cassette, and a 105 lock ring. And I think it's gonna work. Womp womp. Gotta add another spacer to that cassette. Kind of makes sense. If you look at this last, you'll see that there's a wider space on that last small cog I added. If I put the right cog on there, which has a smaller space, and then add the spacer to the rear to make up the difference, that's going to give me the clearance so that the jockey wheel bolt doesn't start hitting the spokes. Tight clearances on these, even these really old bikes, but I think it's going to work. Just a little few more parts. All right, so what's left to do on this thing for now? We've got the new cockpit golden plier handlebars on there, thanks to my buddy Vic over at West LA Bicycle. Got that from him. Had to add a quill adapter, goes from 1 inch to 1 1/8 threadless. Threw on this Chinesium stem. Goofy old bar ends. Running inboard for aero tuck. Got to do tighten up this front hub. Pretty loose. That needs some tuning, and I need to redish the rear wheel. It's a little bit off center, and add that spacer down here, and change out this cog to the correct cog to clear it. Maybe we'll grind that thing down so it doesn't protrude out the end, since it's a 130 spacing with a skewer for 135 in there. Should I change the saddle? I think it's got character. The war wounds of falling off a bike rack at 80 miles an hour. There you go, the Montana.